Hi, friends.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
My microphone is working. It's going to be a good night. We're going to have good times. We're going to play D&D. Is everybody ready?
Already starting with Bayless. Is that his name? No, that was his accent.
That is no.
That's
that is
Phaelus.
the right accent.
That's the right
Phaelus,
accent for
100%.
Phaelus.
I was like,
Hello. How are
Greatest,
you?
greatest friends, welcome to the forest with their trees and their stones. It's so great, my buddy Revniak, finest of squirrels, best boy ever, until he left me, bastard.
Till he was killed by Ogre. But I kill Ogre. He dead. Bye-bye. I feel like Revniak, this is now going to be canon. It's just the name that you give to every new squirrel you make friends with, is what it will be for Phaelus, at least in my mind. Like, there's always a rotating Revniak in his mind.
We now, whenever we walk outside and we see a squirrel, we're like, oh, Revniak.
There we go. That's how that works. All right. Well, let me... I've got way too many screens up here, but hey, it's D&D. That's how this is supposed to work. So let's get started with tonight's session. And I need music playing. There we go. All right. Last time.
Wait. Before you start, the Baldur's 3 soundtrack is out live now on Spotify, and I've been waiting for the entire time. So if you want to listen to that too, that's available. Just putting that out there.
Which soundtrack?
The Baldur's Gate 3 soundtrack.
Ooh.
The real one, like the Boris.
Damn it.
I'm very excited.
I put it on, but we'd get like totally like
banned in a heartbeat, yeah.
A heartbeat. They'd just be like, oh, we're taking you out. Okay, apparently. Oh gosh, there we go. I tried to move my microphone and it unplugged. So, but I have checked back. I have little.
It now.
I did too. Yes. Well, it was very obvious just because all of a sudden the sound wasn't coming through my headphones. It was coming through speakers all around me and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is not right. All right. Well, let's get into this. Last time, the Brawlers became ensnared in New York's hidden world of magic and intrigue. A cryptic text from their connection, Ivory, the pixie with a panache for fashion, especially of the Barbie kind, spurred a meeting with the Black Hats, the foreman, Todd, who brought them to the seedy tavern of the Naked Gnome. There, the gnome Bobby Knocker presented them with a dangerous proposition. Some might even say the word just disappeared from me in the moment. Yeah. Ultimatum, not a proposition, probably more of an ultimatum in that case. Prove themselves by acquiring a rare manticore horn or become enemies of the notorious Black Hats. With few options, the groups sought out help from their Russian squirrel friend Revniak, who provided the name Brian Flosson and the faction the Shenu. But before they could find this mysterious figure, they were attacked by the sadistic mage faction, the Shadowvar. After a hard-won battle, where I don't know how much you guys actually helped out in it. It was mainly the Shenu that kind of took it out. You guys were there looking pretty in most of it. But anyways, it was a hard-fought battle. They were brought to the whimsical elf leader Laius, who revealed Brian was a captive of the Shadowvar. In exchange for the elf's safe return, Laius agreed to give them the coveted horn in return. Now, at Laius's behest, the Brawlers must infiltrate the winding tunnels under Hell's Kitchen and rescue Brian Flosson from the nefarious Shadowvar. Many challenges await them, and many mysteries still intrigue them, like, what the heck is up with Frankie and her mom, and is she really an elf? What the hell's going on here? Tonight, on. We don't have a name for this. I need to get Die Alone Games. I don't know. It doesn't fit. Adventures in Erda.
I think we'll stick with Die Alone Games. Adventures in Erda is just rough.
Yeah, Adventures in Erda.
The Back Alley Brawlers.
Tonight's episode of Back Alley Brawlers. All right. With that being said, we begin tonight's session with everyone still inside of the Shenu's hidden compound. You guys went through this mysterious tree after the battle in Central Park, and suddenly opened up into this whole hidden world behind everything there in the Shenu's secret area. That's where you met Leas, and after Frankie passed out completely drunk off of elven wine, you guys all were given, your own separate rooms and stuff. Frankie was able to sleep it off, and it is now the next morning. You guys are waking up, trying to decide what the next steps are that you want to take.
Good morning, everybody.
How you feeling?
Could you talk quieter, please?
You could whisper.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So did I miss anything last night?
A little bit, but that's okay. Maybe we just decide how we're gonna get into Hell's Kitchen to get this Brian.
Oh yeah, the floss.
Yeah. Have you called your mom today?
No.
Okay. Do you know why you would need to call your mom today?
There's hazy memories of elves and I don't know yet.
Okay. We can talk about it later.
Okay.
I think, Coley, did you know someone in Hell's Kitchen?
I'm running through the Rolodex in my brain.
Coley, roll me a history check. Just don't roll low.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's like all I rolled, really.
Well, the failure is part of the fun. I'm just a wealth of taglines,
5.
apparently. 5? Good enough. You don't know anybody directly in Hell's Kitchen. You do have some connections. You have one connection, I would say, in the Shadowvar. But she's in the library, and so probably not much knowledge of Hell's Kitchen and what's happening over there. Maybe second, third hand worth reaching out to her about. You do know, since Leas talked about the fact of this being all underground, tunnels, stuff like that, you do have 2 connections that might be able to help you out with that. One is part of the Underfolk. Clearly, Underfolk, underground. Hey, it works. But your last interaction with them was probably pretty strenuous. Your relationship with them is not going so well at the moment. Your other connection would be with the Gut Rackers. They have places all over town and even inside of the Shadowvar's territory. They're kind of like the Sweden of things. They just, they're neutral with everybody. Only difference is they deal in a lot of, seedy things as well. So.
Okay, so can I text Snaggle and just say, hey, we're looking for someone in Hell's Kitchen. His name is Brian. What's his name again?
Flossin. His name is Brian
Blossom.
Flossin.
Blossom? Okay.
Flossin.
Okay, whatever the caption said. Then I'm gonna type that out and just say, do you have any knowledge of Brian or know anybody that might be a connection worth reaching out to?
Well, let me see if he knows anything. He goes, you get a text back, I don't know anything about a Brian Flossin. What do you want in Hell's Kitchen? What are you looking for?
Brian, right? Yeah, okay.
A horn. A horn.
No, I thought the elves had the horn.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't give it to us unless we got Brian.
Reward.
As a reward.
Yeah. So Leas
location
had
of the horn.
Yeah, no, they have the horn from what Leas has told you. They're they want Brian back and forth.
We have to get Brian.
Brian stole the horn, but Brian got caught stealing the horn.
Well, YOLO.
So weird situation there. How somehow the horn got back, but Brian did not. So you do know, I mean, what you could text him and stuff is like, hey, you're maybe trying to find access to the Shadowvar's hidden places, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's see if he knows anything about that. Perfect. Yeah, he's like, he comes back to you and he's like, I might know a few ways around underneath there. Been in there a couple of times. What are you looking for? Just information or an escort?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna ask the group. Should we? I have somebody that might be able to help us get information, or potentially get an escort through the Shadowvar's territory. Do we have a preference?
Vash sits up and goes, "Oh, do they need another memory?"
I don't think so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be nice to have another person to hang out with. So maybe an escort would be cool.
What's it gonna cost for an escort?
Not another memory, which is good.
Okay. I'm gonna text Snaggle back. We would be happy to use either, but an escort would be preferred.
He goes, you just get back, meet me at the carriages in 2 hours.
Okay. So we need to go to the carriages in 2 hours.
And so you know what he means by
Preferably-
the carriages is kind of like down where the south part of Central Park, where people hop on the horse carriages and ride around Central Park.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys got a couple hours before you can meet Snaggle there.
What time are we have to be there? I'm looking. It's early, so I know that everybody's kind of getting around, and y'all guys need breakfast probably. But what time do we need to be there specifically? Is there time
2
for lunch?
hours, but we need to make sure we're there early. They don't like to wait.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my bosses get very mad when I'm late. So okay, great. So what time do you want to head down there?
Coffee?
What?
Coffee?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. If you guys need to get coffee, I guess we could do that.
Coffee.
Vash just kind of like nudges King Gizzard. Hey, Gizzard. Hey, we're getting coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Vash starts storing stuff in his backpack and starts loading up.
About that time, as you guys are kind of packing up, you hear, "Hello, good morning, my people," and it's Phaelus walking up. Oh, am I too loud? You had much joy last night. It was wonderful.
Much joy. You're still very loud. Very, very loud.
I will speak quieter then.
That's not quieter, but okay. Hi. Hello.
Hi, Leias wanted me to bring you this, and you see him hold out like a folded sheet of paper.
I'm gonna reach out and just snatch it from him.
Perfect. He's like, perfect. He felt bad. He said you wanted to know what Brian looked like. So we have. We don't have pictures or anything, so I had somebody draw a picture for you.
Lovely. And I'm gonna open it up and see what Brian looks like.
I want a child's drawing right now with crayon.
I'm hoping it's a stick figure.
Yes, that with like.
Don't give him ideas,
Yes.
guys.
Unfortunately, I literally
It's not
rolled
like
to
that's a
see. I
brand.
rolled a 14 on the die, so whoever drew it actually did halfway decent on there. So it's not an amazing, like, this is not the Mona Lisa or anything like that, but it is, you see a nicely drawn picture of this elf with very dark complexion, slightly pointed ears, not very long, kind of short, slightly pointed ears. And then interesting is they're wearing also like these round circles on their ears, like over it. You can see the points coming up over them, but like you would look at it, it kind of looks like headphones, but maybe not. I don't know. Especially the fact like this whole group doesn't do technology, so why has this guy got headphones on? What's kind of going on with this like deal? And so yeah, looks.
Not you. The elves don't do technology.
Oh, I mean, Vash is constantly getting the side eye while he's here. This has just been nonstop. And anytime you guys are like pulling out your phones or looking at things, which is funny, you guys kept pulling out your phones all night because just force of habit. Well, except for Amber and King Gizzard, but the other three of you guys keep pulling out, and then there's like no signal, slowly the battery dying and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, all right. But yeah, you guys now have a picture of Brian to know what he actually looks like as well. So
I'm gonna ask about the weird ears.
okay.
Like, what are these? Those look like weird ears.
They what does he call them? Phones of head.
He wears headphones?
No technology here. He wears phones of head.
What do the phones of head do then?
He was able to capture music and put inside, and he listens to it inside his phones of head.
So headphones.
No technology in the Shenu. That's very technology thing. We don't do that here. But these magical headphones, no phones heads, things.
Okay.
Anyways, well, you guys have wonderful time. Let us know if you need anything, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Vash just kind of like small wave.
He walks off. So,
Do y'all remember which tree we were supposed to go through?
I thought we were in the tree.
Yeah, but to get out, we have to go through a tree.
it's like a magical tree door.
The base of the tree. So we'd have to go through the base of the tree. And Vash kind of looks around looking for like the exit.
Shouldn't there be like a sign or something?
I don't think you can power a sign through a tree. I think that would be very difficult. Electricity doesn't actually go through wood, so that's probably not a.
Yeah, but you could
successful
do like
idea.
a solar power thing, right? Like where it would work that way, wouldn't it?
That's a really good idea. Probably don't know.
Vash, give me a survival check.
Here we go. First roll of the night.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. Shannon already got a 5, so the bad rolls are out.
Sure.
Nope, they're not out.
Oh
Not
no!
America.
Would you roll, my friend?
Oh, I rolled a 1+1, my dude. I'm on 2.
Cool. Amber, roll me a perception check.
There we go. Roll better than I did, please.
No.
It'll be like that again.
Bad things are gonna happen, but we're gonna see if Amber catches this.
11.
Perfect. You see Vash like kind of point at a tree and goes, "It's this one," and starts walking straight towards the tree. You know 100% that's not the tree as he's walking straight towards it. And he's
Okay.
walking with vigor. He knows his way out.
Hey Vash, that's not how we get out of here.
Oh, it's just no. Okay.
No, I don't think we should go that way.
Do you know the way?
With a nat 1 though, Vash, you turn to go like, "Oh, not," and full on just face to the side of it, like going into a door that's
So
supposed to be a
it's
push, but
that
it's a pull.
It's that teenager moment of like Vash is like just walking, looking at his phone, going, "It's that way," and just keeps walking. And then when Amber's like, "Oh, it's not this way, it's the other way," he's like, "Oh yeah, really?" But doesn't look at the in front of him, behind him, or the phone, and just get on that.
It's full on moment.
Ow.
Yeah, love it. But yeah, Amber, you know with that much, it's like 2 trees down is the one that needs to be out.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go out this way, and I just head over to those 2 trees down. And while we're walking over, I turn to Vash and say, "How, if I wanted a feature in a device in my pocket, how would I get one of those?"
I'm sorry, a feature?
The one that talks to you.
Oh,
tells
one of
you.
those. So you need to have a subscription, and typically that goes through a lot of our major carriers. So, and that's usually done through sound waves. But we can get you one once we
No, I'm
get.
just gonna like push Bash and just be like, dude, just give her one of your old ones.
Okay. So Vash kind of like turns into his backpack, and like when he opens his backpack, you kind of get a glimpse, and there's like a crap ton of cell phones stuck in his bag. An uncomfortable amount of phones are in his bag. We'll just say that. So he just kind of like reaches in a little bit and goes, "Oh, this is okay. I can use this one. This is pretty easy." Pulls it back and like zips his backpack closed, puts it back on, and goes, "Here. So this one's been recently formatted, so you can use this one. The nobody should contact you on it, but if anybody sends you anything inappropriate, let me know, and I'll take care of it. Thank you." And just hands it to her.
Thank you. Is the library on here too?
Yeah, I can show you the light. So Vash starts going through, like he opens the internet browser, and it's also one of those crappy Android phones that has like 4 apps on the entire thing. It's like Internet Explorer, it's like dial, and it's like text message, and then some random crap associated with a carrier that has nobody ever uses.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all carrier-related apps.
Yeah, they're all carrier-related apps. Yeah, nothing's been downloaded on it. It's just like refresh burner phone. And he's like, "Here you go. Here's the internet." And he starts showing Amber how to get to the public library.
Perfect. And I'll say this is, you guys kind of walk through this tree, you come out there, and so it's a beautiful morning in Central Park. You just see some people jogging by in the distance kind of there. Sun's just barely peeking up into it. Fresh smell, everything kind of that of like, oh, it's a nice cool morning in Central Park at the moment as you guys walk out there. And you got Vash and Amber sitting there as he's trying to show her like how to, Wikipedia, Wiki, and if you hit the random deal, like you get an article. Yeah.
I'm heading straight to a coffee cart.
Yeah, there's one there. Roll me a perception check as you get closer to it.
Okay. Um, 16.
Perfect. As you walk up, you realize like, oh, this coffee cart has a couple of goblins working it, and you got one that's actually standing kind of on top of the cart a little bit. He's working the stuff, and then one that's a little bit lower below it. And as they see you walking up, they kind of catch your eye, and you're like, oh, okay. And they just kind of like go back to working. Like they were it was almost like, oh crap, is somebody looking? And then it's like, oh, okay, no, it's just, this elf walking up kind of deal. And they go back to working on getting things set up for the morning.
I'm just gonna kind of like walk up and side eye him and be like, take out my wallet. Large coffee, black.
You got it. Pulls out. Makes it real quick for you, hands it over to you, and goes, "That'll be $2."
I hand him a 5 and say, keep the change.
Damn.
And then I'm gonna like walk back over to Coley and be like, were those goblins at the coffee cart?
They sure were.
Has it always been goblins at the coffee cart?
Yes.
How much did I drink last night?
Well, fair amount.
Okay. Okay. Goblins in the coffee cart. Okay.
Roll me a history check real quick, Frankie.
I would love to. That is a 9.
A lot of drinking last night. Vaguely remember something about the hot dog carts and creatures selling stuff. That's all. You can piece those pieces together. Like, man.
Okay.
But yeah, you're fighting that combination of headache and stomach, and you're just like craving a little bit something greasy, but the thought of eating also is like making you nauseous. Like, it's not fun right now.
I'm just holding that black coffee like this.
That two-hander, I know that feeling. Just like, okay. This is all I need to make the world stop spinning right now. I will hold on to this for dear life. So with that being said, Frankie, you now have your coffee. It's you guys got another hour or so before you have to go meet up with Coley's contact. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to try to accomplish before then?
So Vash goes over to Coley and he kind of just taps her on the shoulder, like very just like lightly, just like ding, ding, ding.
Yes, Vash.
So I don't know if you've talked to Frankie at all, but I don't know that she knows how magic works. So do I need to give her a phone as well so she can look that up, or can you help with that?
I don't think she needs a phone to learn about magic.
I don't know how magic works, so I don't know how you guys learn that stuff. So
I don't know how elf magic works because I'm not an elf.
I mean, I wasn't trying to generalize. I just thought like all magic users look the same. That was all. So I just figured that would work. So you seem really good with the shape-shifting and the spells, so I thought that maybe you could help Frankie, or maybe Amber could do it.
Maybe Amber might be a good choice for.
Okay, I can go ask Amber.
Magic.
And immediately there's like Vash turns around and starts walking directly beeline to Amber. So now Vash again walks over to Amber and gently.
Yes.
Hey Amber. So I know you've only been awake for a little bit, and I know this is all really crazy and strange, but you seem to be very close to Frankie's lineage. So I was wondering that maybe you could help her with some magic and make her more viable should anything happen. Because I mean, the last time that we got in a fight, she stabbed somebody and we got in a lot of trouble. So I would prefer not to do that again because I don't want to get fired. So maybe you could like teach her some magic spells or something, or help her, release the beast within. I don't know. Can you help?
I would love to.
Okay.
That small item that Coley has refused to return to me. I need that in order to access my magic, let alone help someone else with theirs. So if you might be willing to help me, you know Coley a bit better.
Sure.
You might be willing to help me get that back from her. I could help Frankie out with some magic.
Okay. Okay. Let me go try, and I'll see what I can do.
Hold on, real quick, Amber. Roll me a persuasion or a deception. Don't tell me which, or don't tell Vash which. And Vash, you roll an insight.
You said deception or persuasion?
Yeah, whichever one. If you're being honest or if you're lying, whichever one aligns with that. Don't tell us, so that way we don't know. And you're going up against Vash on this.
Oh, mine's in the public channel. Let's go.
Oh, is
13.
it?
20. 19 plus 1.
Yeah. So, Amber, do you want to share if, man, that didn't work the way I thought it was. I was giving you a chance to lie, but I don't know if you're lying or not. Can you tell Vash whether, like, you were lying about your ability to teach Frankie magic or not?
I don't know whether I'm lying.
Okay, do this. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 14.
That's enough that you would be able to understand the basics of magic.
Okay.
You might not be able to teach her the intricacies of casting spells and especially her way of magic working, but you could give her the basics. Like you grew up in a magical world. You know how magic works. It's the weave, and it works this way, and you want to tap into the weave, and some people do it through this way and that way, but some have an innately connection to it, all that kind of stuff. So you have all that knowledge at hand, but as far as being able to train her,
Yeah.
it's more or less she's going to have to naturally pick it up on her own.
Okay.
So Vash, you can trust her for most of that.
Okay, so Vash goes, I really appreciate the insight. If you could help her out, I think that would be very good for her survival statistics. Because right now she's really at the low end, and I'm really concerned that I think that our next encounter may or may not, she may or may not survive. But thank you very much. I have one more person that knows about magic that I can ask, and I appreciate that. And immediately Vash just turns around and starts walking. And he walks over to King Gizzard. And he goes over to the lizard wizard. And again, ting, 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 ting. Not Gizzard, the lizard. Ting, 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 ting.
The lizard
is just kind of looking at him.
Yep.
I have a feeling the lizard was kind of just asleep, and so you just hear this.
Do lizards make noise when they wake up?
They make that noise. Just that.
Apparently. Okay. So Vash immediately goes, Mr. Lizard Wizard, so I understand that you are a very powerful wizard, according to our Majesty. So I just want to make sure, is there any way that maybe you can teach Frankie some magic? Because her survival statistics are very low based off of our last couple encounters, and I just want to make sure that she's safe. Anything that I can do to assist? Wag your tail, yes or no?
And that one I heard. And so that one I'm coming up behind Vash and I'm going, you talking shit?
And Vash just turns around and goes, no.
I feel like I've held my own. I haven't died yet.
I mean, statistically, you are on a upfront. You have definitely done better than most people have thought. But based off of our recent interactions, I don't necessarily know that you may survive in the next couple rounds.
Dude, that's harsh.
How are you feeling?
Hungover.
Again, my statement stands. Statistically, you're not doing so hot.
Just because I drank a little extra last night? God damn, Vash, come off it.
Just turns back to the lizard. Tink, 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 tink. So can you help?
The lizard just stares at you and blinks like several times. Doesn't turn or move or anything like that. Roll me an insight check.
Oh yeah, because the last one went so well. I did. 20.
Nat 20?
No, 19 plus 1.
Okay. While you're not getting an answer, there's no Tagwell.
Tagwell? Ah, Tagwell. Mm-hmm. Yes. Clearly.
There seems to be something deeper behind those eyes.
Okay.
There is some insight there. But that's all that you can get. I mean, it's a lizard.
No, for sure, absolutely.
But it's like wow. I don't know, just like you know, there's sometimes you have a connection with an animal and it's just like there's some wisdom behind those eyes.
Somebody hears something in the background, the power within.
Yeah.
The power within. And I'm like, oh, okay. Great.
Yeah. But you're not getting any answer beyond that. It's just you feel like you have this connection at the moment with the lizard wizard.
Getting this waft of omnipotence, immediately Vash just starts tapping on King Gizzard's shoulder. Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah.
So your lizard is wise beyond his years. I can tell from his eyes. My question is, how does one communicate with a lizard wizard?
He chooses to talk to you or not. He just chose to talk to me, so I saved him.
Does he usually talk to you, or is he quiet most of the time?
Dude never shuts up.
Really? What does he say?
You really don't. It's never good.
Oh.
And at that point, I'm going to reach over and just like kind of pet the lizard's tail and be like, I knew I liked you, dirty little shit. And then I'm going to take my coffee and walk off.
At this point, I'm going to reach across and not so gently tap Bash on his shoulder. Just pow, pow, pow.
Yes.
Been here for a year and you haven't offered me a phone.
You never asked.
Still haven't offered.
I'm not one to just freely give away phones.
Just saying, I thought we were buds.
As I'm walking away, I'm just going to holler, Bash, give him a phone.
I don't want one. I just said he never offered.
Well, I mean, you were very busy, and then I figured you always talk to the lizard, and you always seem to have insight into things. So I figured the lizard just told you.
Not
You
wrong.
kind of have a lizard phone. We call those androids.
Love it.
Fair enough. You still never offered. And no, I
Well,
don't.
I think it's time we go. We don't want to be late.
Oh, yeah, we should go. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, so you guys start heading south towards where you guys know that the carriage rides typically are. It's early in the morning though, so there's not really anybody out there yet. It's normally they don't show up till probably around 10, 11 when the tourists really start coming out to Central Park. But as you guys are walking up to that area, you see another oh man, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. You see another goblin. This one is standing over next to a tree. He's got a small cup of coffee himself sitting there, little steam coming off of it. And he's sitting there, he's got a little red beanie on, and he's got a small backpack on his back, and he's just sitting there just drinking his coffee. And he looks over and he goes, kind of head nods at you guys as you're coming up.
I'm gonna like tip my coffee to him and give him like a nod in return.
And he's kind of like looks over and goes, "So Goalie, you need an escort."
Did Snaggle send you?
This is Snaggle.
Okay, this doesn't say sidebar.
Okay. Does your notes not have Snaggle on there?
We need names.
I gave you Snaggle as a goblin.
Yeah, I know, but my notes say that that we only communicate over text.
Oh.
And he knows me as someone else.
Oh.
Even better.
Well, shit balls. I was not paying attention to that.
Well, hail.
Let me look back real quick. Crap.
You know them.
Shannon has the most complicated character of all freaking time.
She was like, you gave me notes and I'm following the notes, and you're like, crap.
I know. 1 second here. Where is he? Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Rewind on that. Same dude sitting there sipping his coffee, looks over and he's like, gives you guys all the head nod. Frankie, you give the tap back on that, and he's like looking around and kind of goes, he looks at you, King Gizzard, and he goes, "So are you
No.
Lazarus?"
Oh, I'm going to step forward and be like, Lazarus sent us. He was helping me out.
1 second. Kind of sets his coffee down on the ground real quick, pulls out his phone, starts texting on it. And you, all of a sudden, Coley, your phone just bing in your pocket.
Okay. I'm going to be like, oh, just a second. And then I'm going to check my phone and...
He's eyeballing you, but as you check your phone, it's from Snaggle, and it goes, "Where are you, Lazarus? Did you send these guys or not?" They're saying that you sent them.
Okay. I'm gonna just reply back. Yeah, they're good people. If you could help them out, I'd appreciate it.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
And he's full on just like
15.
15? He kind of looks down at his phone, getting the text back, looks back at you, kind of has a weird look in his eye and goes, puts his phone back in his pocket, and he looks at you and goes, "All right, so you want an escort into the Shadowvar's hideout? Is
Yes,
that what
please.
I understand?"
Yes, we're trying to find someone.
I don't care what you're trying to do. I just care if you got the coin.
We do have coin.
All right.
How much is it?
How much you got? I can't buy and sell.
What kind of coin are you wanting? Are you wanting gold or are you wanting cash?
I'll go for gold. I got some
Okay.
stuff I need to buy.
Go for gold.
Where do I see how much gold I have?
Character
So
sheet.
in your character inventory, in your character sheet, over on the right-hand side, where you have your action spells, inventory, feature traits, your weight carried, on the very far right-hand side, you'll see a little tiny icon. It'll have a number next to it and a small little icon of gold, silver, or copper.
Okay. How about 1 gold?
How about 2 gold each?
I've got people here that are new. That's not going to work. I could do...
Oh, you got new people. I'm dealing with a bunch of newbies. How about we say 4 gold each?
Yeah, okay. I think we're going to have to go.
All right.
All right. How about 1 gold? Well, let's do 2 gold and a promise to buy from the hot dog carts for the next 6 months.
How about 2 gold and I get to keep whatever you find of value?
Well, you can't have the guy. We need the
No,
guy.
I don't need no human. Person, whatever shit. But if we find anything along the way, I got to keep it.
Let me consult with my... What do I call them? Friends?
I don't know. I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know who the hell you are.
my tribe, my people.
What do I call these guys? Friends?
I'm wounded.
Do I call them friends? Do I not?
Friends are overrated.
Cool is
Clearly.
complicated.
Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, so he's willing to take us as an escort down to find Brian, but it's going to cost 2 coins, and anything we find of value down below he gets to keep. How do we feel about this? Except Brian. He can't have Brian.
I mean, how do we feel if I steal it back at the end?
We don't want to cross a goblin.
I second that.
Why
option.
not?
Because
They
if
would
we get
cross
it,
us.
but
Poor
if we get it
form.
back, but if we get it back, who cares?
And maybe his pocket ripped. I'll make it look like he lost it. He's a goblin.
Allegedly.
Okay. I am all for trickery, but in this particular case, I don't think it's a good idea to steal from a goblin, especially because my contact has a decent relationship with him, and it's not one I'd like to burn.
So then is option K out?
Ooh, what's option K?
Kill.
Oh.
That's assuming we find something down there that you want to keep. Come on.
Well, then how about we put off the let's not rob this guy until we know what we're stealing?
Vash goes.
Leave
Vash,
it on the table.
Vash
All
literally
we
goes.
need is Brian.
Vash goes. Statistically, Frankie won't make it.
Frankie will be fine, Vash. She's badass.
Frankie,
Okay.
just keep feeling those emotions. Let it out. Do the New York thing.
Feel free to
Speak up.
punch him.
I'm sure she's still got booze in her.
got
She's going to puke out eventually anyway. so.
Right? Like, I cast puke on somebody.
I cast puke. It's a 5th level conjuration spell.
How many gold do y'all have? Because I got him down to 2
No, I have
gold.
nothing.
You own a pond. You're the only one of us with a business, so maybe you should pay.
Yes, but my people don't pay me in
How dare you,
gold. They pay me in cash.
Well, I'd say, in general, everybody gonna give me a history check.
Oh, yeah.
I just need, let's say 3 of you to pass 12 on the history check.
17.
18.
I rolled a 12, and I know I've got more than that.
23.
Cool.
3.
Mine's a 15.
Nice.
You guys know that as you've had quick conversations and all this, and I'll say, Coley, you're kind of, as you're explaining this, maybe to Amber, this is kind of how it's happened. King Gizzard, you've got this. Frankie, you're catching in on this. Vash, you already know this kind of a thing, but this is like a chance for you guys to catch up a little bit of lore of this world and stuff. There's cash. There's like dollar bills and all that currency of the world, and then gold pieces. When they talk about gold here, it's not like, oh, I just went out and got some gold at the pawn shop, melted it down. Like, this is like John Wick style. Like, these are special gold coins that can only be used as certain currency for certain things inside of this world. So whenever you are talking about how much gold you have, that's how that relates. And yeah, you could literally maybe take some of those and buy it with some cash, but the cash currency like carryover, it's like a lot. So Coley, if she was just doing cash, yeah, she's got the pawn shop, she's got lots of cash. But gold is one of those like, oh, you do some work to get gold coin here. Like, it's not a currency that's just like, I'll pop over and get some gold coin on this stuff. So
Okay, I'm gonna toss Coley a gold coin and say, I'll steal what I want.
He wants 2 per person.
You just said 2. You
He
didn't
said
say
per
2
person.
per person.
2 per person if we don't want to give him whatever we find.
Well, so tell him we'll give him whatever we find.
I'm not willing to burn this bridge.
But he won't. No, you burned it.
I am of absolutely no help in this as far as currency goes of any kind. You all know this, so.
So
I
Vash
still
goes
think-
over to King Gizzard and goes, okay, so this is a 5, and this is a 1, and this is a 10, and a 20. So these are, and literally you just hear Vash and King Gizzard just having a conversation about currency, and
Vash,
we're like,
I know what it is. I'm just homeless. I don't have it.
but you have you know
I
what?
sit on the corner with a crappy hat or a
Okay, Vash, do you have Vash and Frankie? Do either of you have gold coins?
Yes.
Could I have 1 from each of you? Okay. I will put in 2, 1 for myself and 1 for King Gizzard. I will take 1 from Amber, and then I need 2 more to see if I can go negotiate with him and see if he'll take it.
I'm just gonna give her the 2. I'm gonna give her 2 pieces of gold.
Okay, so I have 5. Okay,
Is that 5 in total, right? So you have your 2.
I have 2. Frankie's
Frankie's
got
2.
2. Amber's got 1.
Amber's got 1, so that's 5. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing the math. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a second if you return my property.
No. Not until we have a nice long conversation about that.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. No, it's not that time. I'm going to go back to Snuggle. And I'm going to say, okay, what about 5 gold coins, 1 for each of us, and we get to keep whatever we find, with the exception of you get first dibs on one of them.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right. Gather around, everyone. Let's set the ground rules real quickly.
Vash just like walks up.
Yeah. He's doing full on tour guide kind of deal here. All right, let's be clear. He's like, I'm not responsible for your safety. If you die, I'm not gonna cry. Somebody might. Let's all hope that somebody does. But anyways, I'm not here for your safety. I'm not gonna fight. If something comes along, I do one thing. I hide. And I do it really well. So let's just be clear on that. All right? It's all on you.
Yep, all right.
We good with this?
We got it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now all I know is you guys are wanting to go to find a guy named Brian in the Shadowvar hideout in Hell's Kitchen. Is that correct?
Awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And we have well, I don't know. But another set of eyes couldn't hurt. Frankie, can you show him the photo?
Oh yeah.
Or the drawing?
It looks like this, and I just like kind of hold it up for him.
That's a decent drawing. He looks
Right?
pretty handsome. Never met him before. Have no clue the hell he is. All right. So you guys know, Shadowvar likes to do traps. I'll do my best to catch him, but you guys should keep your eyes out as well. Just saying. Anyway.
Will you be joining us for the entire trip, all the way until we get to our desired destination?
As long as you make it there and back, yeah.
But what happens if we run into conflict?
I'll hide and wait.
Until?
You die or succeed.
Oh, thank you.
Just to be clear, if you all die, I am taking your shit.
That seems fair.
It's an honorable thing.
Literally,
That's for you.
Vash. Nice. Wow.
I just really want to rob this guy.
I know, and I am here for all of this right now. I'm like, yes, rob his ass. Let's go.
All right. Is everybody ready? You gotta go now. Anybody gotta take a shit? What do you want to do?
I think we're ready to go.
I don't.
Unless Frankie, we should just double check with you. Did the coffee catch up? Or are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. And at that point, I'm gonna turn to King Gizzard and go, so if plan K is kill, what's plan D then? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
You just hear Vash in the back going, destroy, demolish.
No, it's dig, you idiot.
Oh, I'm
Oh, I
sorry.
thought it was D's.
Oh, what are these?
These nuts.
Like
You just
like
you hear Snaggle in the front just kind of.
and Vash literally just starts. So like from the squirrels in the grove, or like walnuts, pecans.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Vash.
Oh,
Come on,
okay,
buddy.
great.
Vash, we've had this talk. The birds, the bees, penis, testicles.
Those are very different things.
And I'm just gonna like start explaining it to Vash all
Perfect.
over again.
Vash has his phone over.
Look it up on your Wikipedia and figure.
Yeah. As you're doing that, Snaggle walks over to literally kind of the middle of the road and takes a sewer grate, pulls it open, and says, "Follow me." Last one, close the door, and he starts climbing down into the sewer. So,
Okay, I'm following.
I'm right behind
I'll
him.
be the last one.
awesome. All right.
Before we go down, Vash literally looks at King Gizzard and goes, "That is not a door."
It is today. Come on, buddy.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so Vash goes down first, and then Gizzard behind me.
All right. So, you are descending these iron rungs of each one of these of this ladder, and you can just feel a change as you leave the comfort of the sounds and smells of the city. As King Gizzard, you're the last one, right? As you slide that manhole cover back over top of you, the last rays of sunlight just quickly fade as you enter into this cylindrical tunnel going down. And everything around you just becomes an oppressive darkness on you. I forgot to check. I don't think most of you guys have dark vision, do you?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Amber and Frankie, pull it over as that light disappears in that moment. Everything kind of becomes like a shade of gray and white. It's like ultraviolet kind of vision kind of deal. It's like the night cameras on stuff for you. Snaggle's kind of down at the bottom going for it. Vash, I can't remember if you have dark vision or not.
I have a limit on how much I can see because I am an automaton.
Okay.
Let me just verify. I'm just going to verify how far I can see.
I was gonna say.
Crap, what am I playing? Warforged. Got it.
Dungeons and Dragons, my friend. D&D.
Hold on a second. But I'm a specific race, so I have to see.
Yes. I'm looking up here to see.
I think I got it. Dark vision. Dark. God bless it.
I'm like checking on this too, to see if Coley has it. Yeah, Coley, you don't see anything. It gets oppressively dark for you in this moment. There's no light there. And King Gizzard, yeah, because you're a human variant, right? Yeah. So it's just completely. And in that moment, Coley, I would say, do you pull out any kind of light on your phone or something like that just to try to see a little bit, or?
Yes, because that would make sense.
There we go. Okay, I don't want to tell your character what to do, but I want to ask.
No, I'm going to pull out my phone and turn on the flashlight.
Cool. So she does that, puts it like in her pocket, so she still has two hands. So there's a little bit of aura of a light around Coley as she's going down. You can see in there, but the light's just barely piercing the void. And as you get to the bottom of this ladder, and it feels like you're going forever, like you guys have gone down into the subway. You know how deep it is to like go down to that next level. This is like 2-3 levels down, probably into the earth, is what you're feeling of going into the sewer area. And as you get down there, you just see revealed all around you, those that have dark vision, you see this in that black and white, ultraviolet kind of light way. Coley, you can kind of see this breaking through there in King Gizzard from the light of there. You see just crumbling brickwork lined with like a black aged mortar through all of it. And there's just a deathly chill that clings in the air. The air is stale. It's no longer fresh. And it feels like nothing living has been down here for decades through this area. And you can kind of get a feeling like you guys are in an old part of sewer area. Like this has been here for a long time from here. And Snaggle turns back over to you guys and goes, all right, we got a little bit of a walk ahead of us before we get over to Hell's Kitchen, but this is the easiest way to get in without anybody noticing. Any questions?
Lead the way, my dude.
For an extra gold, I'll give you a tour. And he just turns and walks. Directly in front of him is like, you guys are now in like a, think half tunnel kind of deal. So it's half tunnel with, flat on the bottom. And he walks up and there's a metal, iron gate that's blocking the whole deal. And he walks up to it and He pulls out a little lock picking kit, and he starts working on it. And you just see him kind of sitting there, and it clicks after a few seconds, and he opens it up, and he's like, "After you."
Thank you, my dude.
Go. As you guys walk through into this next section of tunnel, still kind of that half tunnel, aged bricks, everything like that, but now in the middle of it, you just see this flowing water down the middle of it. So you got the two, your typical, what you think of sewer style, like in the Underdeal, is you got the two sides of it, the platforms on each side with the water moving through the middle, and it's pretty rancid water. It's kind of nasty. You can smell this. Like, yeah, this is, you guys are in a sewer area right here and walking along on this.
I took the wrong night to get hungover.
Bash just points down and goes, "That is feces."
So here's how we're going to do getting through this sewer section. We will need over time 3 successful survival. Well, I won't say survival checks. 3 successful checks to travel through the sewer. On failures, there are things that could possibly happen. So, with that being said, who wants to go first? And I'll explain how the first check will go.
I'll go.
Okay.
Go.
All right, so we'll have Amber, then we'll have Frankie. Who wants to be my third person after that? King Gizzard.
I will.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. King Gizzard.
Awesome. All right, so Amber, here's what you get to do. You get to pick one of your skills that you will roll to see if you can get higher than a DC 15 on. But you have to also explain how you're using that skill to help get through the sewer here, as you have this guy that's escorting you on this. So, for example, survival's the easiest of like, oh, well, a survival check, survival is the whole concept of I know my area, I know what's going on, and I know how to get through things based upon that stuff. But you could get creative with any of the other ones that you wouldn't go with and go from there.
Okay. I think I want to actually stick with sleight of hand and my deep desire to rob this man, and I have a feeling that he has almost like a map on him, and so I won't steal the gold yet because I think he'll notice that, and I don't want to make Coley too mad quite yet, but I would like to steal the presumed map out of his pocket and just know what we're coming up against.
I will go for this. So roll for me roll for me a check on this. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oh no, it was that 10.
All right, let me see what his perception check is on it real quick. As I'm pulling.
He told him I'd rob him, so.
Yeah. I think it's just a straight roll. Yeah,
and I have +7 on sleight of hand.
As you're reaching, like, his backpack is there, you can kind of see this little map rolled up in the cup holder pocket on the side, right? And you're trying to slide it out, and you just hear him go, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. And as you do, as that conversation is going on, off to your left, you guys are kind of coming up on a intersection of tunnels as you're falling, and you're like really focused on this, Amber. To your left, you see these. How would I do? You start hearing like, oh, this did not give me the thing I wanted.
Chittering.
It's annoying. 1 second. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. There we go. You kind of just see these strands of mist off in the distance. And all of a sudden that mist begins to kind of collate and form and turn into this glowing orb. And it just begins to bob innocently in the darkness off to the side. and it starts to slowly drift near you. Give me an insight check.
8. I think I need new dice.
You have no clue what this thing is. And it doesn't seem to be harmful, but it is floating right towards you and stops about 2-3 feet away and just hovers there.
Does the rest of the group see this?
Yeah, you guys are all seeing this. Like, all of a sudden, Amber's illuminated by this orb that's just a few feet away from her.
Oh, look, light.
Is it a good witch or a bad witch?
Oh, look, light.
It's a sandwich.
One of them beach witches. Got it, heard. Yeah.
Mr.
Witch.
Goblin? What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, hide. Please hide.
He just looks at it and goes, "What is the fuck is that? I don't know, I've never seen anything like that before. My recommendation, don't touch it."
Vash goes, we saw this a year ago. Isn't that how you guys showed up?
I don't remember being a giant, glowy, lurking ball, but maybe.
Oh. Okay. Great. Let's just keep going. It doesn't seem hostile.
Yet.
Looks at King Gizzard. Allegedly.
It's
Snaggle's like, "All right," and he just starts taking off as you guys are
Vash
following.
follows.
Okay. And he's like, "Just remember, clause 1." All right. And he keeps talking, walking, talking. Well, not talking. He's just walking on it as he goes on it. This orb continues to just kind of float behind you guys.
it is following us.
Mm-hmm.
Giz keeps checking over his shoulder just to see if it does anything or whatnot.
Give me a perception check. With advantage.
Who?
King Gizzard, sorry.
$20 total. There's a 14 and a
Damn.
20.
Yeah, it keeps floating behind you guys, and then you keep looking back, and then at one point you look back and you see it slowly just start to, after about, I'd say 10 minutes, it just slowly just dissipates.
All right, I let him know that it's finally gone eventually when it does go.
And then suddenly the tunnel collapse. No, I'm joking.
Vash turns around to Gizzard and goes, do you have a torch? It's really dark. That was really great for like 10 minutes, but it's really dark.
Yeah, I'd say, Coley, your phone battery is starting to go down.
Vash, do you have any other phones that are
No.
charged with batteries?
I don't. I'm sorry.
I have a torch if someone, and I'll just hand it over to King Gizzard since I can see.
I do have a torch. Look at that.
I'm gonna take my torch back then.
I just see this picture of like Amber, like, I don't know where you have it in a backpack or something. You're like, you pull out a shorter kind of torch deal. You're like handing it, about to hand it over, and the King Gizzard's like, "Oh, I got one too," and you're just like pulling it back, slowly put it back.
Exactly.
But I feel like King Gizzard has like a brazier or like a big candlestick. He's like,
Yeah.
there's a torch.
Got a torch.
Like,
Put it back
It's
in.
just like solid gold after he said he had no gold.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
love it.
Got Atlanta in '96.
All right, Frankie, I need you to roll for me.
I'm gonna do a performance check.
Okay.
because with all of the dance classes that I was in, I'm gonna shimmy my way across.
Okay.
That was a nat 1, so a 9.
Okay. Roll me a D4.
Do I have to?
Mm-hmm.
A 2.
Okay. So in this moment, Snaggle's been leaning along, and then it's like mainly you've been on one side of the platform on one side, and then you guys come up all of a sudden, and there's this old wood makeshift like bridge going across to the other side of the platform. And you see Snaggle go, all right, we gotta start heading north this way. And he walks across the wood bridge, but it's not that wide, but Snaggle's not that big of a guy, so he gets across it pretty easily. And then who was following? Amber was right after Snaggle, right? And then we had Frankie after that. So Amber walk across it pretty good, and then Frankie, you're like, I'm light on my feet, and you just, in fact, that's what you say in that moment. You're like, I'm pretty light on my feet, like I've got dance lessons, I've done dance in the past, like I can get across this pretty easy. You're about 2-3 steps, about halfway across, and your foot just completely slips, and you fall into this sewage water. It's not deep. It's about 3 feet high, so you're able to there's a moment of I'm drowning, and then it's like you stand up and you're like, oh, okay. It's not moving too much at the moment as far as water is concerned. It's not like a rushing river. This is kind of more stagnant water that's just been sitting here for a while. Yeah, it's disgusting. But give me a perception check, Frankie.
Okay. An 18.
18.
Couldn't have rolled that the first time.
All right. Well, Frankie, as you're sitting there and you're just sitting there gagging just by the smell of everything in that moment, you see about 20 feet away the ridges on the back of a crocodile just start coming towards you, and I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Of course.
Yes.
I got Vash's.
14.
14 for Frankie.
Nat 1.
Okay.
17.
What'd you get?
6.
6. All right. So you weren't surprised, at least, Frankie, because otherwise it would have gotten a first hit on you. But you did notice it coming. Vash, you are up, and you see this crocodile. You guys half on one side of the platform, other half. Frankie's in the water in the middle, and this crocodile is just coming straight up on Frankie at the moment.
Vash literally just turns and looks at Gizzard and goes, I told you her chances weren't very high. And casts Snare on the crocodile.
Okay.
So this will last for 1 minute.
Okay.
How close am I to it?
You're up on the platform, so it's down in there, so it's within about, it was coming up, I'd say it was about 20 feet away, so you're about 20.
Can I run up to it? I can run up to it because my speed is 30 feet. Yeah, so I run up to it really quick.
Yeah.
I run down into the water, and I just
Okay.
very machine-like walk down in there, and literally I just put my hand up there and just touch it on its back.
Okay. And do I have a DC save or anything like that with Snare?
So here we go. So this is very interesting. I'm reading really quick. Bear with me just 1 second.
They're fine.
Oh yeah, it is touch.
Okay.
All right, so hold on.
We got a crocodile wrestler going on right now.
You need to roll a Dex 13.
Dex 13.
to save.
All right, let's see how well this works. Nat
Very
one,
much
nat one
no.
and
Yeah.
-1, so that's a big old fat 0 on my side.
So you
So
literally see just like Vash, just like, she's not going to survive very long. He just takes his backpack, zips it open, and like pulls out this netting, closes his backpack, puts it on, runs over and takes it and goes very much like Florida man, just like, and like throws it over the entire crocodile. This lasts for 8 hours. You are ensnared, sir. A strange creature can make a dexterity saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Enemy effect on itself on a success. Alternatively, the creature or someone else who can reach it can use an action to make an intelligence check against your spell save CD. On a success, the restrained effect ends. After this is triggered, the spell ends with no creature is restrained by it. So literally, you have 8 hours until anything kind of releases you.
all right.
So that's
So
pretty
this
much
crocodile now has this net around it, and you guys see Vash just easily throw this out, kind of wrap up this creature in this net, and it's fighting and all this on there. I feel it's a little Florida man / Steve Irwin kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Papa Bliss.
yeah, hopping on there. Maybe Vash is throwing out the North American crocodile.
Yeah, like literally spitting facts from his phone as he throws the net over it. By the way, the net needs an intelligence throw to see the net. So like he throws something out there.
Oh, okay. So anybody else, and I can tell you,
if
anybody
it
wants to
requires
do it.
intelligence check.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in that moment, you guys see this crocodile just start rolling and all that, and then what's my DC to get out of it?
Is still 13. So your dex 13.
Okay.
Yep.
So, because the crocodile's turn was next, so it's the end of his turn to do this, right? So we're gonna roll again, and we're going to fail again, and we now go to Coley. You are up. Frankie, you're on deck.
I thought King Gizzard was next.
No, King Gizzard rolled a 1.
Yeah, not with a 6.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use my.
And sorry, real quick, with snare, I can't do anything. I'm just like.
Oh no, you absolutely can. 100%. So just so
my movement
clear,
or what's happened with that?
you are restrained. You're not snared. You're restrained.
Okay.
So your speed becomes 0. So you cannot move.
Okay.
And you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. But attack rolls for the entire group have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature also has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and that's it. You can still attack. You can still chomp at people.
Well,
you
crap,
just
I went
can't
too
move.
far on that. Well, then hold on one second, Coley. You think about your deal, because since Vash decided to run up and do this, I am now going to attack with disadvantage with
100%.
my bite and my tail.
Yep.
17.
Oh, literally my armor class.
Okay, so I fail on that because.
Yep.
And then 17 again. So
Yep.
you're
Wow.
able. You guys are seeing Vash sitting here as this creature's just trying to bite him, and he's barely getting out of the way of each
And you
one of
just
these.
hear Vash like, stop.
See, most people don't understand that the teeth on the crocodile is.
Clearly, if you actually like hold its head down, it will actually stop biting at you. But I can't get the. I got it. Hold on.
All right, Coley, you're up now.
Okay, I'm going to use. We're trying to get across this river of sludge, right?
You were, and now there's a crocodile trying to kill Vash and Frankie, who are in the water, basically. Put it this way, I was adding flavor to the fact that Frankie was fail crossing. You guys would have all easily been able to cross this, but whenever she rolled as low a nat 1 on this, it's add a little spice to the fact that she was trying to dance across it and show her moves in that moment.
Okay. So I'm not rolling for a skill check then. I want to attack the crocodile.
More than likely.
Okay.
Or just stand and watch. I mean, that's a possibility as well.
Okay, let's see.
I was gonna say.
Is it? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do your. I was gonna add a little conversation to it while you were looking, but go ahead.
How close is Vash to the crocodile?
He's touching it. He's riding its back in my mind.
I'm right next to it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
He's gently tapping it on the shoulder.
Yes. Excuse me, Mr. Crocodile.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think that I want to attack the crocodile right now. I think I want to get to the other side.
Okay.
Of the bridge.
You're on the you take your movement and you're on the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
So you're now on the other side of the other platform on the other side, and this is still happening in the middle of all this.
Okay, and then I can throw my dagger into the, like, I get an action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take my dagger and throw it into the crocodile's mouth because you said it was moving.
Sure. Roll me an attack on that. You should have a ranged attack.
Okay.
It'd be on your dagger. It's that. So roll a d20 and add that +4.
Okay. 16.
A 16 hits.
Okay.
And then you're going to roll a d4 +2 for the damage.
Okay. Three.
It is clearly hit. You guys see this dagger just go flying through the air. Vash, as you're right there, the crocodile's like trying to chomp on you, and this dagger just goes right into the side of its cheek. And now it's got a dagger kind of sticking out of the side of its head as you're trying to fight it. Okay. That's it for you, Coley. Frankie, you are up.
How close am I to the crocodile?
It's about a good 15, 20 feet away kind of thing in the water directly in front of you. So Vash used his movement to run on the platform and then jump into the water and hop onto it.
I need to know if he's 15 or 20 feet away because it makes a difference.
You can easily move to be within 15 feet of him.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of like sit up,
Okay.
right? And move so that I'm close enough and then just like kind of freak out a little bit and kind of slam the ground because I'm scared and cast Thunderwave.
Oh, love it.
So that means everybody that's in a 15-foot cube from me has to make a Constitution saving throw.
That'd be Vash and the crocodile.
So.
Cool.
And what's the DC save on that?
14.
14?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me
15
verify.
on the die plus the con. So the crocodile saves, doesn't mean he won't take the half damage or whatever, but he doesn't move.
Okay. Bear with me just 1 second because I have racial traits I need to look at really quick. And this is thunder damage, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, hell, it's not on my list. That's fine. Great. So Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
17.
Hey, you saved. All right.
Yeah.
So if we save, do we take damage?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, cool. So you guys see, what I will say is, Frankie, like you said, you just bang on the ground and you're just like, what do you yell in your thunder wave moment?
Just like, holy fuck.
And you guys see just all this water spread like Moses out in front of her for like 15 cube as this sound just comes out in front of her. And there's Vash and this crocodile. They fall to the ground and the water comes back on top of them. And then they float back up to the top, fighting with the crocodile some more. All right, King Gizzard, you're up. Amber, you're on deck.
How far out am I from?
Like I said, good. You're just up on the platform, so you're good 20, 25 feet away. So you could easily just run up and hop in if you needed to.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
He takes off as he's running out with the batons, and he jumps up. And as he's coming down, he tries to jam one of the batons into the crocodile's mouth.
Awesome.
So wedge it open.
Wedge it open. I love it. Go ahead and give me an attack for that.
Okay. 11.
As you go to wedge it in there, the crocodile is able to easily just kind of move its head before you're able to get a good wedge in there.
No bonuses at all?
Do I count that with the... Yeah, so I get the... No.
Yeah, you can...
The hit. Yeah, the DC.
Yeah, count it as an attack.
Yeah, 17.
17. Ah.
Yeah. Much more better.
But then you grab the top of its head,
there you go.
Shove it in there with a little extra force on it. Give me a normally a D4.
One.
You look like you got it jammed in there good enough that it'll last for one round.
Cool.
So about 6 seconds worth of holding it in there to keep it from. So it's going to miss its chance to bite on its next turn.
Okay.
This is how they'll work on that. And when you did that, how much damage did you cause to it as you shoved that in there too?
Roll for that. 2, 4, 6 damage.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm gonna go the bonus action for the dual weapon fighting and swing at his. I'll just go for the side, just for his rib area, I guess, because I don't want to dislodge the other baton. And learning 6 is 13.
You hit, but it's a crocodile, so it didn't feel like it really got a good impact. It's kind of slipping off as you guys are now getting covered in slimy water and everything like that. So,
cool.
All right, Amber, you're up.
I've been just sitting over there watching videos on my phone of crocodile wrestling, but I also see everyone getting sticky and don't want to get in that water, so I'm not going to wrestle the crocodile, but I would like to move to the other side and shoot an arrow, one arrow into each of its eyes, so 2 arrows total. One with my bonus action.
All right. So you have the ability to shoot twice?
I have the bonus action of sneak attack.
Oh, so here's how that would work.
It's just one, right?
Yeah, so attack once, and if it hits, then you get to add that dice to the attack roll. Because you do have advantage on this, so roll with advantage because the creature's engaged with somebody else in battle at the moment. Right. So roll to attack with advantage. If it hits, you roll the damage of the arrow plus your sneak attack damage.
All right, 18.
That hits.
Yeah, and then my damage, 1d6. 7 is my damage. And then sneak attack is 2d6.
Oh, that's sneak attack
7.
damage. Okay, so 14 total.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And yeah, you guys see this arrow just come by, hit right up against the side of the I'll say like in the back of the neck up here, kind of where the arrow hits in there. So it's now got a dagger out of its cheek, a arrow popping out of it. It's restrained in all this, and we go back to Vash. Vash, you've had like arrows and knives and batons swinging by your head as you're sitting here fighting with this alligator.
Yep.
Crocodile.
Fair. So literally, like, Vash reaches behind him and pulls out the same hammer that you guys saw him make a squirrel with, and he's like, guys, I'm down here. I know it's dark. I'm down here. I'm sorry. And just goes and like whacks the hammer on top of the head of the crocodile.
All right.
So, nope, 10.
Crocodile don't care.
Yep. Crocodile don't give up. Oh.
Just hear go, ah. All right, as it then tries to bite you with this baton, but it can't. So then it swings its tail at you, Vash, in this moment. And it's at disadvantage, though, isn't it?
It is at disadvantage right now for at least the next 8 hours until somebody miraculously pulls the net off.
18?
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Oh, you finally got hit.
Very much so.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this tail swings around and just right in your chest, and you're in the water, but you slam up against the wall of the platform behind you. So you're not
What kind of damage?
Bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Hey, Vash, you said we had advantage on attack rolls against the crocodile also, right?
That is correct.
Oh, we haven't been doing that.
I mean, good call. We do have advantage. So hold on, let me roll one more time just to verify whether I hit you or not.
Oh, before, yes.
Yeah,
with the hammer.
So hold on a second, because I hit with the hammer.
The hammer.
17 to hit.
That hits. How much damage with that hammer, Mr. Thor?
In all honesty, 7. I don't.
Still? Hey?
7 points of damage, and it's just bludgeoning damage, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it is Thor. It's cool when you're away from me. When you're super close, it doesn't do anything cool. I'm like, whack him. Nailed it.
Yeah, you
so
see
7
a wince.
points of damage. Sorry.
You hit with that, and you see like a hard wince in the crocodile's eyes, like, where the hell am I? What the hell just happened? All right.
But you still hit me, and I took 14 points, so we're good.
All right, Coley, you are up. Frankie, you're on deck.
Let's pull out another dagger and throw it
Okay.
again.
Dagger.
Going for the crocodile's eye this time.
All right.
That was 6 plus 4, right? So that's 10.
Yeah. You throw, and you can just see this dagger just.
Wait, do I get to roll with advantage?
Yes.
So I get to roll again just in case?
Yes, and it looks like it's totally about to miss.
Okay, hold on.
As its slow motion is.
16 plus 4 is 20.
As it's slow motion, it looks like it's gonna miss, but in the last second, the crocodile moves its head and the dagger right in one of its eyes. How much damage?
Heck yeah.
How much damage on that? I think it's like a 1d4 plus 4 or something.
Well, yeah, but I just like threw it off my thing. Oh,
2.
4 plus 3.
2. Yeah.
Or 4 plus 2 is 6.
6. Okay. With that hit, you guys see this crocodile is bloodied as the blood starts to flow from its eyes in this moment. Okay. Frankie, you're up. Good job, Coley.
At this point, I kind of have like a little bit of awareness of what's going on around me. And I'm just gonna look at him and go, is that a fucking crocodile? And unknowingly, I'm going to cast Speak with the Animals.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming the crocodile will hear me say, is that a fucking crocodile?
Yeah, I guess. Does it say what? Yeah, I guess it's speak with with animals. This thing has this low intelligence, so it's like eat, kill, eat, ow, pain. Like that's all you're hearing is just main words coming out of it. There's not a lot of thought process going on here.
It's fair.
And he's just slashing and all that. Well, actually, what you hear is, ha, 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 ha. Because he still got that baton up in his mouth.
And then with that, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on King Gizzard.
Okay. Roll me an insight check, Frankie, in this moment.
I would love to. That would be a 23.
You've now cast Thunderwave in the moment, and you're realizing, like, wait, even though he had this, like, baton, like, I didn't hear growling. I heard, like, sound like going to the dentist. What's going on here? And then, like, you can tell King Gizzard when you're like, get him, Giz! Like, whatever you yelled at him in that moment, there was, like, you felt in tune with something around you. Like, you felt like there was more than just, like, this, like, your own capability in that moment. That there was all these things happening around you in that moment that you were feeling as you did each one of those deals. That you were connecting into something larger than yourself in all of that. And with that high of it, you're realizing, like, wait a second, maybe this is what it's like to do magic. It's not like weird symbols and stuff like that. It's reaching into the things around me and using my what I thought was a talent to do these things and that. So you're starting to realize, like, oh, this is what the fuck casting magic is like.
All right.
Okay. All right. King Gizzard, you're up.
Cool. So I'm gonna reach in and try to grab the baton back from the crocodile.
All right. For the hell of it, give me an acrobatics check or an athletics, whichever one.
Athletics it is. Ooh, 6.
You can add a d6 to that
That's right.
if you're inspired.
Going for it. 11.
Yep, you're able to grab it with an 11. I did his dexterity against you on that, and he rolled an 11 on the die minus 110. So yeah,
Sweet.
it's
Cool.
you grab and just yank out that baton.
Cool. And as I yank back, I'm gonna go back from a bonus action and swing at him.
All right.
Get back to you. That's on the floor. 11. Plus a 6, so 17 again.
17 again. It hits.
You know what? I'm going to remember what I called out, and I'm gonna do the advantage thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stick with what I did the first time.
All right. That's why it's called advantage.
6 plus 4, and that's 10 damage.
All right. All right. Amber, where are you again? And then Vash, you're on deck.
All right.
This is a strong crocodile.
Can I roll like a perception check to see if we just got Vash and Frankie out of the water, if the crocodile can't follow, or?
Yeah, roll perception on that if you want to.
22.
Okay, with a 22, what you notice is this crocodile is exceptionally large. You've been watching the crocodile wrestling videos on your phone, and you're like, oh shit, this thing's bigger than the normal crocodile. Like, this thing's been down here growing. This is ancient kind of crocodile style. And with a 22, you also notice Snaggle is over to the side, and he's pulled out a thermos, and he's pouring himself another cup of coffee, and he's just sitting there watching the whole thing, drinking his coffee. But he's kind of hidden off away, kind of in the corner there, just kind of watching you guys go to battle on this kind of deal. He's like, he sees you looking at him, he just kind of raises his cup, goes back to drinking it.
Okay. I'm going to shoot my bow again at him.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. 14.
14 hits.
And then
Well, and roll with advantage just in case you get a crit.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Okay. Then so roll for your damage and then add your sneak attack.
All right. 9
Nice.
plus 5, 14.
All right. He's looking kind of ragged at this point to the group. So he's now got 2 arrows sticking out of him, dagger in his eye, dagger in his neck. Vash is over there riding him like a cowboy. I don't know, just in my mind, that's how that's all going down. And then you got King Gizzard over there with the batons just in the water, you know, drenched in this, and Frankie's standing there talking, trying to be like, tell me about your mom. Like, what's going on there, kind of conversation with it. All happened in that moment. And we go to Vash.
Yeah, so Vash doesn't even just still riding the thing, is like, actually, how many people are in the water with me?
3. So you just got you, Frankie, and King Gizzard. Coley and Amber have not hopped in the water.
Okay, well, that scratches what I was going to do. So I'm just going to bash him again on the head and be like, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Perfect. Stop it.
18.
18 hits.
4 on the die, so that's 8 damage.
All right. A little more ragged on this.
Go back to the zoo.
All right. Crocodile's turn, and Coley, you are up. And he is going to attack King Gizzard now, since Vash is on his back. Actually, he's going to attack King Gizzard with a bite and go to swing his tail at Vash, is what it's going to be. But it's at disadvantage, so we'll do the first one. 15, King Gizzard?
No.
Okay, so it goes to bite you. You're able to easily just kind of push its head out of the way as it's trying to bite onto you. Now, Vash. Yeah, you're on its back. It can't hit you with that tail. Not when I'm rolling a 3 and a 4. All right, Coley, you're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask King Gizzard and Vash, if y'all could grab my daggers when you finish with the croc, that'd be great. And then I'm just gonna kind of go lean back against the wall to watch them finish them off.
Okay. All right, Frankie, you're up.
Yes, I am.
And I think I'll mention to Frankie, it might be a good idea to get out of the water and let those guys finish him.
And I'm gonna agree, because at this point, like, I'm starting to like the smell's getting to me, the hangover is getting to me. Like, I need to get out of this like as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna climb up on the ledge, and like go over to the side, and I'm just gonna vomit.
All right. King Gizzard, you're up.
Okay. Suing numero uno.
All right.
Oh, yeah. What's that? 23.
That hits.
For 8.
Okay. He's looking pretty disgusting now.
Cool. Swing number 2.
I feel like you've said that for the last like 30 points of damage.
I said bloodied. I said ragged, really ragged. I said disgusting now. I'm going down my chart.
Oh, advantage. That's right. That's an age. This one is 20 natural. So you do 26 total.
Yeah. And just looking points wise, just describe his demise.
Well. If you said he's disgusting, I'm just gonna, instead of swinging, I'm gonna flip the baton around this way, and I'm gonna jam it into the side of his head and just kind of wiggle a little bit.
You see this creature just in that moment, just like the water start turning a deep red, and as Vash kind of hops off its back, it just kind of belly up, floating there in the water. As all of a sudden, like, I mean, it's been insane, just noise, fight, the battle, noises of battle and everything like that. And all of a sudden, just like now everything kind of calms down. And there's just this calmness as you just kind of hear the gentle floating of this creature in the water. As Vash, King Gizzard, and Frankie are kind of getting out of the water, it's just kind of dripping off behind you guys. That's the silence in this tunnel now as it's echoing off all the walls.
So as Vash gets off of the crocodile, he just looks up and goes, well, so much for stealth.
You know I have 0 stealth, buddy.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm very loud when I walk, so I don't know how to tippy toe, especially in water. It's really weird.
Don't forget my daggers, please.
You're
So
gonna have to
I go back for Coley's daggers, and in the process of doing so, I use one of them to pop a tooth out.
All right. Yeah, you got a crocodile tooth there. Frankie, I need you to what level spells was Thunderwave?
It's 1.
Okay. I need you to roll me a d20 and add whatever your magic modifier is for whenever you're attacking with magic. Does that make sense?
Your question makes sense, but I don't know what stat that would be or where I would find it.
Give me a second here. I'll pull it up. Frankie. So it'd be the same of... let me look at one of your spells here. Oh, none of them have it. It's your spell attack or your spell modifier. It's at the top whenever you click spells. It has like +4 spell attack +6.
Oh, so my modifier?
Yeah, do your modifier.
That would be a 12.
Okay. Perfect. Kind of as this all is calming down, that thing that you've connected to, which you've heard, maybe you realize in this moment you heard magic talked about with the weave, right? And you're kind of getting into like, okay, that's what the weave is. And as you're feeling that, you feel it's kind of pushed out, but then also you now feeling this oppressiveness push back against it in the moment. And but it's like I'm trying to think of how to explain it in the sense of like, whenever you jump into a pool of water and you feel all the water rush out and the water rush back, it's calmed down now. And you can feel probably with what you rolled right there, casting that magic, you didn't cause that big of a splash. So kind of feels safe in the magic that you did and the way you did in that moment. That's like, okay, Vash saying like, well, there went surprise. You're like, well, looking around, feeling in that moment, like at least what you did didn't catch anybody's attention, potentially. So you feel safe as far as that's concerned. All right, let's go ahead and we have our last person roll, and we'll have this kind of be the last roll for the night. Shannon, what do you want to roll for your skill check?
I thought it was Gizzard.
Oh, was it Gizzard? It was Gizzard, yes. So Gizzard, what are you rolling for yours? Sorry. Thank you.
I'm going to go with perception because he's the guy that sits out and watches everything and kind of picks up on everything.
All right.
So, 10.
All right. So you guys, Snaggle is there, and you kind of, as you guys are all drying off, and does anybody have prestidigitation, or I think it's that, or thaumaturgy, one of the two? Yeah, if you did, you'd have the ability to clean off all the muck, but now you don't, so you guys all smell like shit. Anyways, those that jumped in the water did. Okay. So Snaggle is kind of walking up ahead, and you guys turn a corner there. It's like you guys are going for another 5-10 minutes. He's kind of left or right. You guys are following him there, King Gizzard. And then he turns a corner, and when you guys turn the corner, Snaggle's gone, and in front of you are 4 kobolds, these small dragons, staring at you. And that's where we will end for tonight.
Nice. Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
You guys failed
Dragons.
every single one of them.
We got this. We got this, guys. We're fine. We're fine. This is fine. Everything is fine.
I love
Thank
you
you.
guys
How are
so
you?
much. But
I love it.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I thought I was doing a fine job.
you guys doing great. You're just moving through this
We're so great.
sewer
It's
dungeon
fine.
thing, and just running into freaking everything.
I mean, really, the snare was probably the best thing. Like that entire battle, you were the only one that took damage. So
Yeah.
It only took-
I was like, real quick, just take damage. And I was like, how do I trap this thing? It's in the water. I don't know what's next. It's a first level spell. Cast it.
Why the hell not?
I was really hoping you were gonna fail your save so that you took damage from my spell too, just so I could be like, yeah, perfect. We're done.
Well, funny is that my other option was to like use shocking grasp, but I realized that I was in the water. So the minute I used shocking grasp on the crocodile, I was gonna shock everybody in the water. I was like, maybe we don't do that. No. I was like, zap zap. Sorry guys, robot in the water. My bad.
All right. For whoever's
stuff.
watching this in the future, we'll see you in 2 weeks, or just go watch the next episode. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.